Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are back in the waking sense because Alphinaud has something to say. Tataru? Yes, General Raubahn is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege on the Holy See. Though I'm loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarapin and the others to investigate and return with all haste to Ishgard. And with that message, we return to Ishgard. Tataru? Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Raubahn short. It's okay. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city is awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and notorious was desperate to get a hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. To siege or not to siege? My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity, as I'm sure you are now aware that Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Mr. Shadowstar, Master Lavalier, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mr. Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the observatorium bell tolls, 'tis a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returned from west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidok's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Science of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice: to remain in the besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask you to make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. Though we flee to the ends of the world, it would seem no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the Horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I for one grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Serenia? I would stay and fight. When fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandoned our allies in their hour of need. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. Okay.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
Yeah.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
Maybe.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinien.
Estinien?
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
Honestly, I doubt it.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emeric. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinien. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plan for Palais will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emeric will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask you to remain at Fortem's Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir! I know we're desperate, but that plan is... it's a gamble.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors. And unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
I guess, yeah, we are probably better news than dragons outside.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emeric, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then, carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
Thank you, Sir Emmerich. Okay, now how to find Iceheart. Having secured Sir Emmerich's support, we may proceed without fear of preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that the Ravanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must need track down and win over Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you're ready, Estinien, let us be about our task.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
Ominous.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinien and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
For the glory of King Thordan.
What was that? That didn't sound good. At all. Wind up Alphinaud. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. Then I shall await you at Saint Renette's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Serenia, let us head back to Fortum's Manor. Our course is set, Tataru. It may be some time before Serenia and I return to Ishgard. Bye, Tataru. We see each other, okay? Well, just be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost comrades. If anyone can find them, it's you, Tataru. Farewell, for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alphinaud. I made it specifically. No, I couldn't possibly... Very well. New clothes. Awesome. By the 12th, it fits perfectly. The quality is actually rather good. I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. Yeah, that was a thing in the past with him, right? Cold? It was the least I could do. Now I must be getting back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. Speak with Estinien. You have said your farewells, then? We have? Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well, but she will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Ysael's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the Curvan Western Highlands. Let us speak with, Sir Redwall, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it's like that he will know if any heretic activity has been reported of late. Well, Mr. Shadowstar, what business brings you to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it's no trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon I know, of course, but I do not believe I've met this young gentleman. Alphinaud Leveilleur, at your service, and you're not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwall? As I'm sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. What have we come to Falcon's Nest in hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics movement? I see. Well, you best be served by speaking directly to my men. A patrol is due to return from the sweeps of the surrounding land any moment. You may also wish to question the knight assigned to pick over the remains of a heretic refuge at Gorgania Mills. 'Tis possible we have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Mr. Shadowstar knows well this place I speak of, for it was she who discovered it. Yep, the old farmhouse. Let us divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of patrol, where the two of you visit this refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. A wise use of our time. Come, Serenia, I'm eager to learn what Sir Redwall's men have found in the heretic's lair. There is one. Mr. Shadowstar, our findings, you see, well, there's something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon the promising-looking sheaf of letters that we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. It would seem the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded, and you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Serenium. Let's. Oh dear. The creature took me by surprise. Forgive me. Until my hands stop shaking, I fear I shall be of more hindrance than help. Pray go ahead, and when you are certain that the rest of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader that it's safe to return. Okay. So, ice bears, yeah? Well, at least he defeated it, right? Not necessary, okay. My inquiries availed me naught. The patrol leader had little to say beyond which of his extremities the frost had bitten the hardest. The beasts are slain then. My thanks, Mr. Shadowstar. We may return to our duties without fear of a mauling. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is that not so? The records we discovered ere those beasts mauled my comrades appear to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, but I'd wager those epistles contained more than friendly salutation betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfield and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. 'Tis hardly a choice at all. Yeah, let's try the letters first. It seems... something is glowing here? Good with that letter and didn't end up in the candles. Have you recovered much? Splendid. Added to the contribution from Master Leveilleur and Sir Estinien, we now have more than a dozen letters. Oh. What have we here? Every one of these pages is a record of dealings betwixt the Gorganian Mills heretics and the fellows in the XIV amphitheater. There are requests for foodstuff, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had fought abandoned. Interesting. So. The XIV amphitheater. The very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, is it not? If that's our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous track of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. But we must place our faith in the Ethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbreeder succeeded in recreating the XIV beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time it was assumed that the resultant etherate would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgania Mills seem to have been able to been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the etherate within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinien, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the etherate from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandare posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. Next I tried the Shiva Extreme Trial, but I had one attempt of this that failed, and I haven't gotten a group together to do it properly since then. So we skip that part, and next time we continue down at the entrance to Snowcloak down there and go into the XIV Amphitheater. Until then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.